Yeah, you already know what it is. Lethal Talent 24, dive bombing at you with some Eagles content. Let's go.
They're down 13 and coming out with Wentz, screen to Scott, and he breaks a couple of tackles, and Boston Scott inside the 5. Oh my!
Yo, what up, clan? It's your boy back at you with another video. And yo, guys, I have a couple questions, right? I was thinking about it today, and you know, watching Philly Mike's video, and if you guys are not subscribed to him, make sure you subscribe to him. And he's got some really great content. Also, D Biggie 86, you want to make sure you sub him up. He's got some great content. He's got some great viewpoints as well. So both those guys, sub them up if you can. But here's what I was thinking, right? A lot of people are saying who they wouldn't keep as far as a veteran. What veteran presence would they, just let go? A lot of people, including me, say Jason Peters. And the only way I would bring Jason Peters back is if he had some kind of backup role, or if they move him to left guard, you know what I'm saying? Like, just for the year. But other than that, he's got to walk. You know what I'm saying? Love what he did with for the city, and love everything that, he represented. But, it's time for him to move on. And one of the things I also wanted to point out about Jason Peters, one thing that it kind of struck me, because he was one of the guys that were saying that it was a dirty hit by Clowney, and also it came out today that Clowney is not going to be fined, which is garbage. But it is what it is. The NFL, they're inconsistent. I'm leading to a different subject. I'm sorry, but it'll be real quick. So the Clowney hit, they say that Wentz wasn't giving himself up, that he was diving. A 2-point conversion, I believe it was that play in game or week 2 in Atlanta, when Wentz dove for I believe it was the 2-point conversion. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But he dove for it, and they said that he was giving himself up. So which is it? NFL needs to, and the referees, they need to get their crap together and make sure that, everybody is on the same page with the rules. This seems to happen every year. If one officiating crew says he's giving himself up, and another officiating crew says, no, he became a runner, even though he was behind the line of scrimmage, that's neither here or there. And they deemed him as a runner. So that just goes all the way back to week 2 and saying, okay, if that's the case, then that should have been either a 2-point conversion. I don't think it was a touchdown. I think it was a 2-point conversion. But that should have been a 2-point conversion, if that's the case. It's inconsistent, and these guys need to make sure that, they're on the same page. Now, Jason Peters. During that play, Jason Peters said he saw Jadeveon Clowney. Now, when we faced a while ago, I think it was 2014, when we faced the Washington Redskins, Nick Foles he got a bad hit. You know what I'm saying? And he was a runner, and I believe it was Chris Baker. He knocked the crap out of him. You know what I'm saying? Now, and Jason Peters, he went after him. He sees a hit like Clowney, and he just said, I don't want that smoke. See, the reason why I'm saying that we don't bring him back is, one thing, he just does his job. He doesn't have that fire. And that was years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's 2020. That was 6 years ago. So he doesn't have that same fire, because if anybody had saw that and was like, bang, bang, damn that, you go after him. Now, I'm not saying you got to throw punches, but you get in their face and let them know, like, hey, we ain't going to play that shit. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. So it is what it is. But, so Jason Peters, one of them. I also said Ronald Darby. Ronald Darby is good in coverage, however, at certain points. But at this point, he just keeps getting injured. And he's just not what we expected him to be, other than the 2017 season. But even still, he got hurt. And then Oh, boy. Nelson Aguilar. Well, there's not much to be said about him. His production was just very low. And he's got to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's him or Alshon in the locker room or whatever saying that stuff about Wentz. But regardless, I just remember in one play, Wentz basically missed Aguilar. And Aguilar had this look on his face like he just thought Wentz was trash, like, or stupid. So we don't need that on our team. He's got to go. He wasn't productive. You know, completely failed this year for him. So with those three guys being said, what veterans would you want back on this team? Or if it's, of course, it's going to be Malcolm. Malcolm's my first. A bona fide leader of the defense. And, you know, we do not have anybody to replace him. So we need him back on this team. Bar none. And if, well, that's just it. It's Jenkins, man. You got to bring him back. Another person I wouldn't mind seeing back is Vinny Curry. Vinny Curry in spots has stepped up. Now, I am not saying at all that he should be on this team and taking away snaps from our young guys like Josh Sweat. But I think, you know, just to have that blanket, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to play a lot of reps or not going to get a lot of reps. He's just going to be in there, you know, as a body to make sure that, you know, if something happens or somebody goes down at the end spot or even interior-wise, we have Vinny to rely on. You know, bring him back on another one-year deal. He said he wants to be back, and, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing him back. Now, another person I wouldn't mind seeing back, if Jim Schwartz actually starts playing cover 2, it would be Rodney McLeod. He's a solid safety. You know what I'm saying? He's a solid safety, and I wouldn't mind seeing him back, you know, on maybe on another one-year deal or maybe a 2-year deal. I doubt he'll be back, but I don't mind seeing him back on this team as well. So those are just the three guys that I'd like to see back on this team. Now, if anybody's got any questions about Doug Peterson, you know, I even questioned him at one point because I was thinking he was just too soft as far as letting people go. And I listened to a interview, I think it was 97.3 ESPN, and the guys were interviewing Vinny Curry, and there was a segment on there where he was talking about Vinny Curry, or he was talking about Doug Peterson and how he is as a coach. And Vinny just laid it all out there. How he is in the press conferences is not, and like on video, is not how he is to those players. To quote him, he does not take any SHIT. You know what I'm saying? From anybody. And that actually, you know, that blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because Doug just seems like, you know, just a cool, calm guy. But even I've seen film, or like, I think it was like on NFL films or whatnot. It was the 49ers game of 2017. And he was talking about, there was a play, I think the protection wasn't great, and Wentz got sacked, and he was pissed. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, you know, you got to get this stuff right. You got to clean this crap up. You know what I'm saying? So, Doug is fiery. Anybody that questions that, including me, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what it's like inside that locker room unless the camera's on. But even then, you know, you don't see it because Doug just seems like a mild-mannered guy. But unless you, like, challenge him, which obviously he doesn't like. So, you know, that just gets me excited about Doug, you know, coming back next year, the game plan. You know, he obviously hates to lose, hates the, you know, feeling of, you know, basically not accomplishing your goal. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. I love that we have a coach like that. So, you know, that's basically it in this video. So I just want to know what you guys think. Who would your top, you know, basically, I guess 3, if you want to name 3 guys, that, or veterans, top 3 veterans that you would want back on the Philadelphia Eagles, if any. You know what I'm saying? If you want them all to go, you know, just let me know down in the comments below. And as always, go Birds. Eagles. Eagles. Nats. What's up? You guys take it easy. Peace.